there, my name is Tina Louise Spalding and I am a trance channel. I channel for a group of beings, group consciousness known as Ananda. They have been channeling through me for 3 years. And I also channel for Jesus, who began channeling through me 2 years ago. And I went through a long process of coming to terms with channeling for him. It was not a quick thing. It took me 18 months to actually let people know that I was channeling for Jesus, because it triggered so many fears in me. So some of you may even have these arising as you are entertaining the idea of looking at this video. So I want you to know that you're not alone. I went through that too. And it shows us how frightened we are to break some of these societal taboos around what the church taught about Jesus. And that is one of the things that he is here to help us with. Because as he says, we cannot change our society until we change what we believe about him. So I'm going to channel for him today. I have had quite a few comments from viewers about the lack of humor in his delivery. One of the things that I'd like to just put forward as a possibility for this is that I tend to be a pretty serious person myself. So it is coming through the filter of my mind, and I think also there may be some issues around just my physical self handling the energy. He is much more powerful to channel than Ananda. With Ananda, I am present, I would say 30 or 40% of me is my consciousness is present. But with Jesus, much less is present. He is a stronger force, and some of the intensity may very well be just trying to get a whole bunch of big energy into a small space. So I'm going to channel him today and ask him to address the subject of how he's coming across, so that I don't have to answer it, because I have no power to change how he's coming across. Some people have suggested I do this or that. Well, it doesn't work that way. He comes across the way he wants to come across. So I'm going to let him come across now and talk to you about this particular subject. So I'll see you at the end of the channeling. I am returned to continue the teaching. Your perception of me is incorrect. You have been indoctrinated over many millennia to believe that I was some quiet and ethereal being. That is not the case at all. I was a rebel. I was very badly behaved, as my mother would say. I was a disruptive influence. I was an orator. Over time, I began to learn how to speak to many people, and of course in those days there were no microphones, there were no cameras, there were no editing places to change how the presentation was made. And so this power that you feel when I speak is based on that lifetime. I stood in front of many beings far away from me, hundreds of meters away from me, and they needed to hear what I was saying. And so I developed a very powerful voice. I developed a very powerful presence. And for those of you that are intimidated or dislike it, you must look at your conditioning. This has nothing to do with me. This has everything to do with you, and that is why I am here. I am here to change your opinion of what I am, who I am, how I behaved. These stories that you believe about me are incorrect. I started troublemaking in my spiritual scripture class at the age of 11 or 12 years old, when I began to speak up about the interpretations that I was hearing in those sessions. I was, you must understand, hearing information coming through in a channeled form from my guides and teachers who were in non-physical at that time. So it appeared from the outside that I was a very precocious young preteen, let us say. But I was espousing information that was coming through me. It was not my information, as this being is bringing material through her. It is not her information. She is an ordinary being. Yes, she has done much spiritual study and practice to facilitate this communication, but this material is not hers. Do not mistake it for her. It is not her. Beings, of course, in that time and place did mistake it for me. They did believe it was me. But that was fine as far as I was concerned. I was born with the temperament of a zealot, a rebel. That was my purpose. I had to stand up against the powers that be. I had to stand up against the constraints and restrictions of an oppressive, repressive society, and that is what you are in now. You are becoming like the sheep to the slaughter that I witnessed in that lifetime, and that is one of the reasons that this material is coming through now, because you are like sheep to the slaughter, watching your televisions, eating the mass media stories that keep you in fear, that keep you disempowered. This is why I am here. I am not here to be polite. I am not here to calmly soothe you. I am here to upset you. I am here to ruffle your feathers. I am here to shock you. I am here to wake you up. I am here to wake you up. I am not here to give you spoon-fed pablum like you have been receiving from your teachers and culture. They want you sitting quietly on your couch doing nothing, allowing them to run riot over your freedoms, run riot over your self-expression. This is not my purpose. My purpose is to irritate you. My purpose is to poke you a little bit and make you move, and to get you off your couches, get you out into your communities, growing your own food, speaking about the kind of world you'd like to experience rather than just posting it on Facebook. We want you to get up and get out and get together, because that is the only way you are going to change anything in the short term. And in the long term, you must go inside. Internally, you must look at why you are afraid. You must look at your powerlessness because that is what is being reflected back to you in your governments, in your oppressive systems of school and religion and cultural imperatives that make you afraid to even be yourself. Do you understand what this means? That you have been given certain skills, you have been given certain passions as part of your spiritual directive, and you are refusing to express them for fear of being ostracized, for fear of being judged. Well, it is time now for you to begin that internal journey. Go inside and ask yourself, what kind of life do I want to lead? Do I want to watch television my whole life? Do I want to wish the world was other for my whole life and die a regretful, sad being at the end of it all? That is not what Spirit wants for you. Spirit wants you to come to know yourself. And so to do that, you must be willing to go inside. To do that, you must begin to be willing to feel uncomfortable. If I am making you feel uncomfortable with the way I speak or the presentation I make, then good. That is my job well done. And I am proud to be that. I am that being you know as Jesus. But in this presentation, you get my personality, you get my earthly personality. I have risen above that. I have risen above personality and grudge and egoic consciousness. I've been above that for a very, very long time. But you are in that. You are in your personality. You are in your egoic consciousness, and you need somebody to speak to you on that plane. It is not demeaning. It is not condescending. It is how you understand communication. Somebody cannot communicate with you about things that you have no comprehension of. We must speak to you about the things you know, the world you live in, the consciousness in which you reside. We must speak to you there, and so we use words. We do not normally use words. We speak through image and idea and a dream. But for this purpose, for those beings of you that are deeply entrenched in the world, for those beings that are believing the newscasts and the dire predictions for your planet and the fear-mongering that is going on in your society, we must use words you understand. We must encourage you. We must inspire you with words so that you can see what you are doing and what is being done to you. So there are no apologies here for the presentation you get. If I have upset you, then good. Welcome to the world that you need to be in. The world of a little disruption, the world of a little discomfort, the world of an expanding envelope, the box. You need to climb out of your box, leave your television's remote inside the box, and get outside in nature, get outside with humans, get outside with yourself, and learn what is going on in your mind, learn what is going on in your conditioned mind, learn what is going on in your connected mind. These are two different things, but you are receiving information from both of them, and it is an education that you must have about which thoughts to listen to, which feelings to listen to, how to react, how to respond. So that is what this communication is all about here. This channel is bringing through much information for you to learn that very thing. So that is what we are asking you to do, is to read what she is transmitting, because that is the purpose of it. The purpose of it is the re-education of the Western mind. The purpose of it is your freedom. We will return another day. Okay. Well, I'm glad I don't have to apologize about his presentation anymore. He kind of nails it there. So I'm heading out to pick blackberries. We've got an amazing blackberry crop on this wonderful island that I live on right now. So I'm going to go get some blackberries and do some writing and post this so that you can have your daily lesson from Jesus. So I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.